Hello you lot, how's it going? I'm just playing around with this Kyosho because she's gonna go, so just giving her a bit of a clean up, just give her a bit of a blast over with the air, get rid of a lot, making it look nice and ready to go. And for the pictures, it's a nice car actually. I did want to keep it, but I want to get some more projects, I want to get a T-Max, something like that to you know, have as a little project. So I've got this little drone here, look, to play around with. It's pretty cool for what it is. It's got a bottom camera there and it's got a front camera. It hasn't got a gimbal though, so it's a bit shaky, but put an SD card in there. I've been playing around with it in the garden, managed to catch a few gnats. Videos on that coming up soon. That's a good little thing, that. I actually got this little car running more or less spot on in my opinion. So I was really happy with it. I really like these little GX12 engines, really like the platform of these cars, but I've got another one. I've got my old one, my original one there. I don't need another one really, do I? So I'll just get that one up to a proper running standard and that'll be all I want. This one's got better upgrades on it, better parts, it looks better, it's in full working condition, so that'll make me more dollar in the long run. Sorry, I'm cold just now. It runs brilliant, to be honest. A little bit higher on the tick over, we'll lower that in a minute. I'll make a little video of it. Let it warm up a bit though. It'll always be higher when they're cold. This is what a lot of people don't realise. It's what a lot of people don't realise, you know. Any engine won't run properly when it's cold. Nitro engines more than any other because they're so small. You know, people start them up from cold and they expect them to run perfect. You know, they expect the tick over to be right, they expect the tune to be right. It won't be. All the running, the perfectness of the running will only come into effect once the engine's warmed up to what they call operating temperature. That's why it's called operating temperature, because that's the temperature of what the engine operates at. You know, it's primarily going to operate at that temperature the best. So yeah, that's a mistake a lot of people make. They get their Nitro cars, you know, they moan about the tune all the time. I can't get the tune right. It was right yesterday and now it's not. But the thing is, what's happened is they've spent the day tuning the car, right? They spent an hour or whatever they've spent getting the tune right. You know, they're going up and down the car park or whatever. And then they, you know, they've had fun. They got it where they want it. It runs perfect. They're really happy with it. And then the next day comes, or the day after, or next week comes, they start it up, and the minute they start it, it's not running quite right. You know, it's a bit, the tick over's a bit high, or maybe it's a bit low. Some engines, they're all different. Got an itchy nose, sorry. They're all different. Some of them will tick over high when they're cold. Some of them will tick over low and probably won't want to tick over at all when they're cold. It's just the way it is. Different carburetors, different makes, etc. It won't be quite right. They'll try and drive it, and it might be lean, it might be rich. And then they go, oh, the bloody tune again, I give up with Nitro. The thing is, they don't realise it's because the engine's cold. You've got to let it warm up to operating temperature before you can do anything. And it's also very important, you must tune the engine when it's at operating temperature. Otherwise, anything you're doing is pointless, because when it eventually warms up to the operating temperature, the tune that you've just done when it was cold is going to be redundant because, well, that was a cold tune and you need to do a hot tune, a operating temperature. It's one of the biggest rules for any engine, not just Nitro, but for any combustion engine, internal combustion engine. Any tuning must be done at hot operating temperature. So make sure you start it up. It doesn't matter if it's running filthy rich, yeah, as long as it's not lean. If it's a bit lean, richen it up and then go and give it a blast. But it could be as rich as old Harry, right? Doesn't matter. Start it up and blast around for 5 minutes. Yeah, go up and down the car park for 5 minutes. Get that engine up to operating temperature before you do any tuning. I get people send me messages on Instagram, and if this is one of you lot, I'm not taking a dig at you or having taking the mick out of you. I'm just saying, I get people send me messages on Instagram and emails and stuff. Can you help me tune my engine? Yeah, no problem. They've got it on the bench, and they just want to start it up and tune it on the bench now, you know. And I'm like, well, you can't. You got to go out. You got to give it a run. You got to get it hot. You got to get it up to temperature. You got to go up and down a car park. You know, you can't really do any tuning on a bench. You got to get the temperature there. You got to get the heat there. And by getting the heat there, I don't mean using a temperature gun, because they're completely pointless. I just mean give it a blast, give it a run. The reason the tick over is a bit high is because the transmitter's not on, because I haven't got any batteries. So I'll put my thumb on the throttle there. It'll go down to a more reasonable tick over. Lovely jubbly. Right, that's enough of that. Let's do something else. Ah, just had this little toy thing that my son got for his birthday from his uncle. Chinese thing. It follows the line. You draw a line and it follows it. But it come with batteries, but it didn't work. So I had a look at it. The two of them were flat. There was 4 batteries. 2 of them were flat. And they had this little thing in between, you know, like to stop the current, you know, so the batteries don't go flat. But I only had 1, and there's 4 batteries, and it only had 1 of them in between 2. So put new batteries in it. That's that working. You just love it when you're doing something and something comes along to repair and it's an easy one. Is there anything in particular that you lot would want to see on a t-shirt or on a sticker? Any of my RC cars that you'd like to see? Anything like that? I've got several ideas, several designs in the pipework. Thought I'd just ask you lot, is there anything that you particularly want to see? And put it in the comments and I'll work on something and try and get something out there that everyone wants to buy. Well, the rain is imminent, you lot. The rain is imminent. I've got the drone with me. I was going to do a bit of a documentary today on this place, but I don't want to be flying it in the rain because it'll ruin it. So if I had a Nitro car with me, it wouldn't matter so much. But a drone, I don't particularly want to be flying in the rain. No, it will ruin it. I've been through a couple like that. Don't want to be getting them too wet. Shame really, because it would have been good to get some footage of that ship going past from the air. Never mind. I want to do a documentary on this whole building, that building over there, that great big silo thing. I did an exploration in there. It's on the other channel. Went inside there and had a look. Very cool inside there. But this whole place is going to be changing. That's a cool ship. This whole place is going to be changing very, very soon. So anyway, thanks for watching, you lot. All the best. Hope you're all happy and dandy. Don't forget, I'm going to keep pushing the giveaway. There is a giveaway. You can win a mystery box worth £20. I want as many of you to enter as possible, because I want as many, you know, I want all of you to have a chance of winning, man. So all you've got to do is go to Luke's RC shop and use the discount code HAGGARDRC, and you'll get 10% off of whatever it is you buy, but also you'll be entered into the competition to win the mystery box. So definitely do that, and leave your YouTube name. If the name of your YouTube channel is different to your real name, just leave your real YouTube name, whatever it is, in the special instructions box, and I'll check it against the subscribers. And if you're already subscribed to this channel, I'll make sure there's something extra in the parcel when you receive your mystery box, just to say thank you for being subscribed. So yeah, you lot, I'll catch you on the next one. All the best. Love life.